Today on the Rumors Comedy Cast, Jordan Welwood talks to Sean Lecomber about begging for an applause break, pranking crackheads, and discount sandwiches or show meat. Stay tuned. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Rumors Comedy.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to the Rumors Podcast, Videocast. Vidcast.
Yeah.
I am Jordan Welwood. I am here with Sean Lecomber from Edmonton.
Hello.
And this is episode number 16.
Is it?
8, 7.
People are going to binge.
8.
People are really going to binge watch this.
It's true. I ruined it, so they won't have me back.
No, this is going to be like their 8th hour.
It's like Netflix. No, we're going to binge watch.
I'm going to binge watch that Rumors vidcast. I should have been asleep at 2, but I stayed until 5 watching this Rumors vidcast.
They're figuring it out. I like to see them figure it out as it goes along.
I have to nap through lunch.
So, Sean, first show in town. How did it go tonight?
Really went great. Spectacular.
Yeah.
Standing ovation. Obviously, everybody got up.
I must have been smoking.
No, yeah, you were outside, I think.
Okay.
But everybody got up. It wasn't at the end.
Oh, okay.
No, they got up, I don't know, about, what was it, 15, maybe 15 minutes in.
Wow.
It started as like just an applause break.
Okay,
and then I was like, okay, guys.
Like you getting on the stage, these just kept that going?
I was at the 15-minute mark. I did want to, did a joke, and then everybody clapped. And then you could just tell that there, it was an applause break, and then you could just tell that there was a sense building in the room that, like, this isn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they just got up.
It was one for the ages.
Yeah, it was a standing ovation mid-show, and then everybody, they didn't know when to sit back down, so they just stood up for about 5 minutes.
They just stood. That's,
And then they sat down again, and I continued, but they didn't stand at the end.
Is that par for the course?
Because it would have been kind of redundant. Yeah,
yeah.
It happens all the time.
So it's regular night?
On the reg, for sure. People just get up. You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever had a standing ovation.
No?
No.
Never.
I think people have, not even partial, to be honest.
Tell them you're sick. And you just
That's what I should do. Like, look, guys, I have cancer of the.
It's not going well.
I don't want to tell you where it is, but it's not. I'm not winning the battle. Just say, you can't let them know that you're winning the. I'm
just
not.
Use vague terms like that.
I have cancer of the. I don't want to get into it, and I'm not winning the battle, and this could be my final performance.
Say it at the end.
Yeah,
because it'll be hard.
I know comedians that like beg for an applause break, and then when they get one, they like count it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, come on, if you like that one, get up. And then
it's all about hyping people.
Like, get up. And then people will, like, give them, like, a begged-for standing ovation.
Oh.
And then, like, they kind of don't talk about it for a while.
Yeah.
And then, like, a week later, it'll come up in the car, like, or like that show where I got a standing ovation. It's like, but you begged for it.
You made them do it.
Yeah, they edit it out.
You wouldn't go on.
They edit out the part of the story where they begged for it. Like, they edit jokes. You know what I mean? Like, no, that part of the story is redundant, so I just talk about how people got up.
Oh wow, that's I hate that too. Like even at open mics when it's like the 19th comic, like keep it going, and it's like there's some rooms where that's a rule. You're not allowed to do that.
Keep it going, or what do people like? Keep it going for that guy, like keep it going for the person you just saw. Like
maybe if they killed, right? Like maybe if they crush, you got to address the fact that they just annihilated or something. But
especially if they suck,
get their self-esteem.
That happens a lot. He sucks. I remember like when I first started, like the first time I did comedy.
Yeah.
The MC, like for some reason I had it in my head. It was a dumb idea.
Set the stage. Where was this? When was this?
It was like in Edmonton at Yuck Yucks in the when it was in the mall.
Okay. And
I just bombed, but I did like somebody said my name. The MC said my name wrong.
Okay.
He's like, Shane LaCreambone. He's like,
way wrong.
Hey, everybody. Your next guest, Shane LaCreambone. And then, like, brings me on, and I'm like, so I decided, like, this will be funny if I decided, like, nice try, but my name's actually Sean Lecomber, and I thought that would be funny for some reason.
Yeah, like,
But the crowd just thought I was, like, arrogant. Like,
yeah.
And then I just bombed with some jokes. And then when the MC got back, and I felt terrible, so I was in the back, like, feeling terrible. And then the MC comes back on, and he's like, well, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is we got more comedians. The bad news is he was the best one. And, like, the whole crowd just, like, like, they just went. And then I was like, oh, my God.
You just gave them bad news, and they loved it. They're like.
The worst. Yeah, the bad news was me. And it was funny. And then, so I was like, oh, my God. And then at that moment, I was like, okay, when I'm emceeing stuff, like, I'll never, like, insult the other person. Because I remembered how awful. Like, it just made it. When you bomb when you first start, you're like, I gotta quit life.
Yeah, like as if.
And then to have the whole crowd not laugh for 6 minutes while I'm on, and then laugh really, really hard moments after I leave.
Dig on you.
At me, at my expense. It was painful.
I had the opposite where, like, I think I went up at first, like, first time I went up and it did not go well, and the host addressed it, and it was the same pain. But now that I host and there's, like, open mics here, I immediately throw them under the bus. And like, that's the way it was for me. Like, you learn from it. Like,
yeah, well, one guy took like if somebody takes a run at me or whatever, and then I'll be like, okay, I've got to say something about this.
Not like destroy the person or like be mean spirited, but like you got to sometimes address it.
Like if it's somebody that I really don't get along with or something, I'll get up there and be like, how was it? I couldn't watch. Like I'll say that, like, how was he? I couldn't watch. And then people will be like, oh, they don't get along.
Yeah, there it is. They're like, it adds to the intrigue.
But yeah, that's the tricky part about emceeing is knowing the guy's closer if you hate him.
Yeah.
So you can just be like, that's why it's fun if they have like a musical closer.
Okay, that's usually.
That's why it's really bad if you're emceeing for me and you don't like my comedy because you don't have a clue.
You're like, I'm going into my musical bit to end the show.
Oh, people are laughing really hard. He must be closing. It's like just as quiet as it always was, and I'm scared that he might close. Nice. But now we have the digital clock. Everything's
true. It's a cheat sheet.
It is a cheat sheet. It's great to have that clock up there.
Yeah. Do you think it'll ruin, like, for people who you have that crutch all the time? Do you think it could ruin your internal clock?
No, my internal clock goes off like.
There's
something that there's just like my body shuts down when my contractual obligation is over.
You can see it. You can pinpoint it on film.
Like, oh no, you can see that moment like at 44, 59, 44. Like
your voice changes.
Why is he falling? So my heart hates comedy so much that it just stops beating the second I'm supposed to be done.
Well, good to know. We got that to look forward to in the career.
But we were talking about the like coming up short on the show.
Like, before we started, we were just talking about emergency hosting duties, and have you ever had to emergency get on stage?
That was like the only time it ever happened was like doing a Christmas party where I was just like rambling. I was doing my jokes so fast because like they just were like everybody's clanging and stuff.
Or eating,
like eating cheese and biscuits, just eating biscuits and crumbs falling all over their dresses. And I was like, oh God, and like it just wasn't going good at all. And I was just going through my material so fast. And then I got to like the 30-minute mark, and I look at my clock and I'm like, oh boy, like I knew I had 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
But then I had nothing left to say.
You're done.
Nothing. And I'm like, well, thanks a lot, everybody. It's been great. But then the MC who worked for the company came back on and he's like, wow, okay, I guess that, whoa. And he's like acting so surprised that it's over already. And I'm like, just
end it.
And I'm standing up to the side and he's like, you guys want a little more comedy?
Oh, no.
You guys want a little encore? And he's demanding an encore, like, and the crowd, and I thought, like, okay, well, I'm safe because they're not going to want an encore.
So had it not gone well up until that point? Like, was
it just was like rushing? The vibe was like, I hate this person.
Okay,
that's
so not well.
And then so like and he's like, well, okay, I was just starting to get into it. That's what he says. Like, I was just starting to get into it. Why don't we bring Sean back up? You want to do a little more comedy, Sean? Yeah, you guys want a little? And then the crowd's like, okay, like, yeah, bring him back.
So it's like an encore, but a horrible forced.
Oh God! Like just a Sean-core, like just the word, like the only encores I get are like
Sean-cores.
I don't have anything else.
It's
to
only
say.
when you bail halfway through.
So then I get back up, and I'm like, hey, and then I started into a joke.
You said, oi,
hey, like trying to kill time with noises.
Yeah.
Hey. And
I can stretch this out for another 20 seconds.
Gonna go to my closer noise. Hey! And then I started doing a joke, and then I realized like the punchline was like gonna be awful.
Oh no.
So then I got about 3/4 of the way into it, and then I decided I'm gonna do the whole joke and then like fake cough and then not do the punchline. That was what my rationale was.
Your panicked
So I did
brain.
the whole setup to no laughs, like doing the full setup, and then I like get to the punchline like I start fake coughing. And then when I come out of it, I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I just hope you guys don't drink and drive, and have a great Christmas and all the best in 2015. Thanks a lot for having me.
That was this year?
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for having me here. This has been great. And then they're like, what the hell? And then this is the crazy part of the story is I leave the stage then, and I'm in the back like it's in a banquet room in a hotel, and I'm like, oh boy. And then the lady who organized it comes up, And what I didn't realize is the MC came back up. What I didn't realize is the lady who organized the show knew what time the comedy show was supposed to end. 9:30.
Which doesn't normally happen.
No, she told normally it's like kind of loose, like, oh, he's done and let's party.
Yeah, they're not.
So
timing.
this lady had told the bar, you do not reopen till 9:30, and it told the DJ, you do not play music till 9:30.
Oh,
so then the guy at the MC is like, all right, well that's it for comedy. DJ, let's hit some tracks. And then he just grabs his mic he's like, not till 9:30. The comedian's not over till 9:30.
He's just a slave to his contract.
Comedian's not done till 9:30.
He only has like certain amount of songs that'll like go.
That's
for that
it. Like,
amount of time.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything that'll play while a comedian's supposed to be talking, but isn't anymore for some reason. So
No
just like,
bartender's
and then bartender, let's support some. And then he's like, bartender's like, no, like not, not pointing at the DJ, like he's right. Not till 9:30.
Can none of these people assess the situation? Like, can they not see
God,
that?
they're not going to do me a favor.
No, my God.
So the DJ, it was. I'm just standing in the back, and now the woman is like, checking her giant Swiss watch, like, that's right.
It's a huge clock on her
It isn't even close to the amount of time he was contractually obligated to do.
The MC didn't have anything else left to go, like anything else in his bag of tricks, I guess.
He was like an employee, and then he did. It was like the worst thing because he was killing with insider material. Like, oh, you can go to Mexico with Trent and he'll take his pants off. And then everybody's like, he did do that.
Yeah.
So he's killing with like insider trading jokes.
Yeah.
And then he brought me up to like jokey stuff. Like, we did a show together in Africa for poor kids. And, like that's his intro for me. Like, and the crowd's like, what's this about?
You do that, Greg, from accounting? That's crazy.
And then like, I didn't do a show with him in Africa. And then it makes it seem like I'm not charitable.
Yeah.
We didn't do a show in Africa. I wouldn't help those children. Not with so many people starving in Winnipeg.
That's crazy.
Take care of your home first.
Usually by the time you get to the end of that, too, you're like, okay, what else do I have? Like, if you've gone through all your material, and it's only like the dirty stuff you do on
it's
fringe
only
shows.
the stuff that they're going to despise.
Yeah.
It's only, just the
That's a nightmare. So that was 2014. That was this Christmas
Yeah, no, I'm
season?
still bad. Yeah, no, it didn't. That's not a story from 2008. But and it came on the heels of a good show.
Yeah.
Because normally, like, I'm prepared for the worst in any situation.
Well, it's just, you can be,
But, like, I was coming off of a good show, so I'm like, you know what? Even if my material's not working, I just do a little, hey, Rita, look at you.
I'm on
your
top.
Silly dress. Like, I can manage it.
Rita died that year. Did not go over well.
Rita died.
She was dead.
She battled cancer. Cancer was way bigger than her.
She won. She did not win against cancer. That would have been
No.
Oh man. So what's next? What have you been working on? You've been just plugging away?
Just plugging away.
Yeah.
Just
when you say it that way, it sounds
digging some comedy ditches.
It sounds awful. Again, times are rough out west.
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of, it's Groundhog Day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every day. That's why
every day's amazing.
It's weird when people talk about deja vu, because like when you live a life as boring as me, it happens all the time.
Okay.
Because the same things are happening over and over again.
But to regular
oh
boring
my God, that's
people,
totally deja vu. Like,
yeah,
because every morning I come to, this SO and go to that Tim Hortons and get 6 cents back.
It's true. And you've
like,
been to the art shell.
Yeah, like, oh my God, that's totally deja vu. Like,
oh my goodness, AJV.
It's totally deja vu. Like, no, you're living a boring life.
But to anybody else, any other jerk off who works at the accounting place, your life is amazing. You live a life of
wow.
How long does it take?
Intrigue.
How long does it take to feel mundane? Sean Lecomber.
No, I mean, I tour, I mean, the ones that suck are when you're the long drives.
The driving, yeah. Oh, Canada, the Great Plains of Canada are a horrible drive.
Flying, I feel like a superstar.
Yeah.
Every time I get on a plane, I'm like, of course I'm on a plane, even though it rarely happens.
You sling your bag into it.
Yeah.
You chuck it at the lady.
That overhead compartment doesn't have enough room for your ego. So what? And then I just
you hoist it in there. Yeah. You sprawl over.
Sir, what is in this? Just my ego and pants. That's why it's so heavy. Of course, there'll be an overcharge.
Where are you taking your giant ego to next?
Where am I off to next? Well, I got a week off, an unscheduled week off.
What do you like to do with your time? Spend it with family?
Hopefully not.
No.
Hopefully you can get away from that. During the day, it's fun.
They won't watch this.
Evening time spending with family is the worst. Because there's so many better things to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like during the day, you don't have that many other options that are fun.
That's
People don't
true.
party in the day anymore when you're 37. So it's like, might as well do something.
I feel like if they are partying during the day, it's not called partying anymore.
It gets to a point where it's like, hey, you want to come over to this place that's sad?
Yeah.
That's what you notice about like people, like older alcoholics. They go to the bar.
Okay, during the
day. They
day.
don't party at home.
Yeah.
Because that is like just awful.
They gotta make.
They go to the bar to make it like, hey, there's lights on and we're getting. Yeah, I'll get another draft.
There's music. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know me here.
I don't have a problem. You know?
So I'm drinking cranberry juice. It's dry January.
I used to hang out with these old, just crusty, dried up alcoholics. And the funny thing about them was like, whenever another person wasn't around, they would talk about that guy like he was a drunk.
Oh, and he's
like, so there'd be 6 of them that were like had a major problem with crack cocaine and alcohol.
So why did you? How old were you when you were hanging out with these guys?
I was like 21.
Oh, okay.
I was working as like a landscaper, and they were they were scaffolders.
Okay, so they're your peers at work.
Yeah, they're building like Fraggle stuff for people to work on. And they're on crack. They're doing it on crack cocaine. They're doing it the whole day on crack.
Yeah.
But they built great scaffolds. But I would see people working on them, like they'd be welding or whatever, and I'd think like, I wonder if anybody on that thing has a clue that was built by the power of crack cocaine. Because
safety by crack cocaine.
None of those guys would have been able to build it without crack.
No, it's true. It's what gets them through the day.
Yeah.
Like imagine drinking that much and then having to go to a full work day.
And then at night, I would like cut up little sugar cubes and like put them on their carpets just to fry their brains. They would just be like, like they thought they were out or whatever, and then they'd be like, holy shit,
there's free crack!
Everybody
here.
Get away! Like, and then they realize it was just like a.
Did they not appreciate that you do?
They didn't like it.
No.
They thought it was a mean prank. Crackheads.
They're so sensitive.
Well, they like pranks. They just don't like crack-based pranking.
No, okay.
Yeah,
So
they don't mind like a fun, like, hey, we stole your car.
Yeah.
They like.
Did you pawn it for money? That we
yeah,
can use?
that's a fun prank.
That's fun.
They like that pranking.
Oh,
they didn't call it stealing. They called it a prank.
I just pranked this guy. For like 20 G's.
I just pranked this guy's car. I don't even know who he is.
Was that the last job you worked before you went full-time stand-up?
Full-time. What did I do?
That's always interesting to me.
What else did I do? I worked at like a chemical plant.
Oh.
And that's why it's hard. Like, when you're doing comedy full-time, there's a lot of like, really hard to leave because you love all the people.
The chemicals.
And the chemicals.
You miss the aromas.
You miss all that dusty, salty stuff in your coveralls.
And coveralls in general.
Just coveralls.
Yeah.
Because you feel like a man. Women don't like a fat man in a coverall. Like, they like men in uniform, but not like fat coveralls.
It's a uniform, and it's actually very
but
slimming.
Like a coverall with a gunty flavor to the front of it.
Just a front-loaded coverall.
Front-loaded. And coveralls do not do a very good job at all of covering up for a man's problems.
It's true. If you like pull them down and tie them off in the summer, then you get kind of a cool Aladdin thing.
Hey, I paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just paint
Check
rails
out the
and
upper,
stuff.
because you can do it to here.
Yeah.
It's all gut relief, and then up top.
And then when you're on fire, you're awesome because like your legs are completely fine, and your 3rd-degree burns right from where you tied off to the top of your head.
Exactly.
Which is nice. It's good.
Brought to you by...
my legs feel great.
My legs feel super nice right now.
That's why you had the glasses half burned for sure. Gotta be like, well, should I focus on how much pain I'm in my upper torso, or the fact that my legs just feel fine?
It's for safety. It's not for the look. That's what the ladies don't understand.
It wasn't a bad job though.
No.
Chemical plant work, stuff like that.
I've worked with a lot of chemicals over the years, and I'm like, it's got to have caused some sort of... I can't smell anything.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Like I worked around nickel without a mask.
Oh.
Like nickel dust and things like that.
What is
it? It was like you were a pussy if you wore a mask.
Yeah, isn't it? Like
I was working just at the tail end of masks are for pussies.
Do you still believe that? Does it ingrained in you?
No.
You see a guy with a mask and you're like...
there's a part of me that thinks, what a pussy. When
there's always going to be a
see a guy in a nickel dust storm, and he's like got a...
Just one of those little sawdust filter things on?
And he's got the packs, like, ooh, you look pretty.
Charcoal filters, fancy.
Yeah. But I came up in that era of like, you don't wear masks. Those are for ladies and tourists.
Yeah.
And foremen.
Foremen, yeah. Those are for the safety inspector.
That's for a safety inspector. You put him on when he comes. So like you would just like you'd have your mask down to here to be a grown up.
With the dart
and
hanging
then
out of your mouth.
Safety's coming like, and then just stick it on for 4 seconds. So hopefully those 4 seconds every time a safety person came by saves my lungs.
Exactly.
But
it adds up. Safety seconds add up.
So that was okay.
Yeah. Well, you're doing stand-up full-time. You're going to be here all week long. Sean Lecomber in town Anything you want to plug?
I'm upset that the Grant Park Safeway is now a co-op because I don't like co-op.
The sandwiches are not as good.
The sandwiches are not as good, and they've gotten rid of. They don't sell light bulbs.
Okay.
So if you need like knickknacks, like, hey, I need glue stick, you go to co-op. They're like, we don't have
knickknacks.
And they look at you like, we don't have. Like, no, you used to have it when you were Safeway. Don't act like we don't have that.
That must
like,
be the only
I can
thing they
show
got rid
you
of.
the aisle where Safeway had it.
There's like an empty spot on the shelf.
Yeah, like,
a dust spot.
oh, now it's just extra cat food. Shut up. Like, get some light bulbs, get some glue stick, get some, like, tin foil. I can't, like, if I need something to scrape something, I don't have, co-op doesn't have that.
No utility
We're co-op.
scrapers.
What do you do? What is your specialty co-op? You just have reduced price meats that are, because they're older.
You're going to be eating those all week.
I am going to be eating all their crap all week. It's the only thing close to my condo, so I got to get used to it. Hopefully, there's no light bulbs that need to be replaced at the condo.
Well, Sean's going to be in a great mood all week, so come check him out.
I'm going to be eating discounted sandwiches.
He's going to be malnourished and in pain from discount meats.
God, you're right. I'm going to miss those sandwiches because Safeway had the best big sandwiches.
They're
What
really
does
good.
Co-op have?
Guacamole.
They probably just, hey, you want 4? Hey, look at all this. Like, Co-op has those sandwiches where, like, they're teaser sandwiches where it's like, look at all this meat.
It's all, yeah.
But it's front-loaded.
It's front-loaded
And
meat.
then you open it, lettuce.
They put a meatball in the middle and they slice it in half.
Lettuce.
It's show
It's
meat.
just that giant head of lettuce.
Yeah.
Show meat. It is show meat.
Yeah.
Show meat.
Enjoy your show
And then
meat
you
sandwich.
tuck all the show meat back into the center and get it. What are you left with? A ball of lettuce on some stale bread. Thanks a lot, Co-op. I hope they're not sponsoring anything.
No, we have no
It's
sponsors.
upsetting, though. I don't like Co-op.
We might get Safeway as a sponsor now because you.
I hope so.
shout
Are they
all over
gone
Co-op.
from Winnipeg? Are they
No, they
jettisoned?
exist in the rich neighborhood. There's a nice. There's
They're in
one.
Tuxedo.
Yeah.
But Tuxedo didn't lose their Safeway.
No,
But
they
Grant
lobbied.
Park did. They lobbied against it.
Come see this show meet this week. Sean Lecomber.
Hey, old show meat.
He's not front loaded, I swear.
Show meat the money.
Check us out online, rumorscomedyclub.com. You can check out the vidcast on YouTube. Type in Rumors Comedy Club. It'll
I don't
pop up, hopefully.
recommend starting with this one.
Don't.
Ease your way into this.
This
one.
is number 2.
You got to be
3.
in a good run for this to be
It's
entertaining.
like the second season of It's Always
Is this
Sunny.
the second season?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This has more of the feel.
It's our own discretion.
This has more the feel of a series finale.
It's a 2-episode series. Like we're trying to get the numbers up.
Yeah, well, it was all going good until they had that show meat thing. Like, what are they talking about? Co-op was one of our main sponsors. Welcome to the Co-op
I'm
Rumors.
just gonna shut this down.
I don't like it.
Are we
Get some
done?
glue
I think
sticks.
we're done.
We've done all we can.
Yeah, we spun those tires pretty hard at the
If
end.
these shows don't sell out,
This
it's
is
not
as
our
good as
problem.
it
It's
gets.
not our problem.
No, you might lose. I think we'll get 4 people that came not shirts.
Yeah.
I'd say front-loaded show meat.
I mean, if 20 people watch this, that's 15 people that come and 5 that cancel tickets they already purchased.
Yeah, that's math. That's a ratio.
I like it.
Tyler sees dollar signs. Ching, 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 ching.
I watched your vidcast, and I just want you to know that the IG table will be a little light.
We're not going to be rebooking for next year. We saw the big cast.
We saw the vidcast. I just like the idea. Well, we saw the vidcast, and oh boy. Somebody
We were
take
at
it
the
down.
show. I had a great time.
Take it off YouTube and put it on Hulu. Put it on something nobody looks at.
Only Americans can see it.
Put that on Hulu.
Hello.
Sorry, you can't watch this.
Put it on Show Me. Crave TV.
Crave. I don't have anything bad to say about them, so we'll stop.
Okay.